you guys, today I just want to do a quick video to show you how to make these pretty little clips. This is a really fun and a really easy project, and it's one of those products that just sell really well. So basically, this is just a pretty little clip that you can either add fragrance to or leave as is, that a lot of people use to either decorate the vents of their vehicle. They can hang them on their rearview mirror, pretty much anywhere that you can clip something pretty to, just decorating your office, anything like that. Even your purse, you can just clip this on and decorate your space. Okay, so what this basically is this particular one is a 3-inch acrylic. This on top of here is actually a 2-inch acrylic that we glued on with E6000, and then we epoxied the whole thing. As you can see, that shine is so beautiful. Epoxy resin is not necessary. You do not have to seal these keychains as long as you're using permanent vinyl, but if you want to, it does give a really good look. My personal preference is true epoxy resin. I personally like art resin, but UV resin can be used, diamond glaze can be used. We have another video showing all the different types of coverings that you can watch if you'd like. So that's the 3-inch acrylic. This is a 2-inch acrylic. This is a 3.5-inch little flower that's completely removable. I always like to make things, especially like this, removable, because what it does, it gives you returning customers, okay? Like say for instance, somebody buys this one and then later on down the road they decide they want to get something for Halloween and they want a candy corn acrylic. What they can do, they can buy that acrylic from you and just switch it out, okay? So anytime you can make something removable or interchangeable for returning customers, that's always a good thing, okay? Now, the rest of this is a metal clip. These can be purchased on the website, or I have a link of where you can purchase these online. This is the little removable felt pad. These can be used more than once, or you can replace them. They're really cheap. These also can be purchased on the website just to make it easy, or I have a link also of where to find these online. And then the rest of these is actually custom acrylics that you can only find on Zindee.com, specially made to fit onto these little metal rings. I've designed this personally as our take on how to make these, and it is working really well. So this can only be found at Zindee.com. Okay, and then this is just a little keychain chain, which I'll show you how to put all of that together right now. So let's go over everything you need to get started. Just to recap. Okay, first you need the ring, and like I said, I'll put a link of where to purchase that on the website, or if you want to buy a big bulk, another link to where to buy that. And then you need your felt pads. If you purchase the felt pads from us, they will be a random color. We buy them by the thousands, and it's just going to be random whatever color you get, but it's not something that's really seen, so it doesn't really matter. And then in addition to this, you need the acrylics. There's a back piece and then a front piece, okay? After that, it's just how you want to decorate it. So you can use flowers, which is my personal favorite. So we have about 28, 30 colors on the website. Or you can get a variety of acrylics. 2-inch acrylics work, 3-inch acrylics work, totally up to you. Or you can even make bows and use bows to put it on there. Pretty much anything you can think of just to make it nice and pretty, you can do, okay? So, the rest of the supplies you need besides the decoration is the keychain hardware. If you want to use hardware, you can, or you can buy the rolls of chains and the packs of jump rings. But for the purpose of this video and for convenience sake, I'm going to show you how to do it with the keychain hardware straight from our website. So whenever you purchase keychain hardware from us, it comes in a bag of 10 for $2, and you'll get 10 jump rings and then 10 key rings, okay? So it'll look like that. You'll need this piece, and then you'll also need the jump ring, okay? And then as far as adhesives or glue, there's 2 options that I recommend, okay? You can use hot glue or you can use E6000 glue. This one was done with E6000. It's usually easier to get it cleaner looking with E6000. It does take a little longer to dry, and the opening will be a little bit tighter when using E6000 glue. You can still remove it and insert the foam pad. It's just not as easy as if you use hot glue, okay? See, for this one's hot glue, and it's a lot easier to take this foam pad in and out. It's total preference. I always use hot glue just because it's the fastest way. I personally like working with hot glue. I know a lot of people hate it. So you gotta just figure out what works best for you. If you have any trouble when using hot glue, usually it's because you are not sticking the acrylic on there fast enough. So the glue needs to still be very warm when you're actually gluing it, or you'll have it where it just comes apart. So just something to be aware of. Okay, first things first, we are going to take our ring with our hook on it, and we are going to take our back piece of acrylic, and we're gonna go ahead and remove this backing. So okay, backing's removed on one side. I didn't do the other one yet. You can do that side later. It doesn't really matter. And then also, let's go ahead and remove the backing of this. Okay, backing is removed of that piece. All right, let's go ahead and put these together. For the purpose of this video and for it to be the quicker option, we are going to do the hot glue method. Okay, so it's just normal hot glue gun. Obviously, the better quality hot glue you have, the better. But it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Okay, so this is just a silicone mat. I'll put a link in the description where to get these. These are just nice things to have when working with epoxy or hot glue or anything like that. It's just one of those very necessary craft room supplies. Okay, this does not matter which side, okay? It doesn't matter at all. Also, this is designed where it also does not matter which side. We know we're going to use this side right now because I didn't take the backing off of this, but it really doesn't matter which side you take the backing off. Okay, like I said before, once you do this part, you need to work quickly. You need to apply your ring as soon as possible, where your glue's still warm. This is what we're trying to accomplish, okay? We're going to put glue here and glue here. We're going to put this ring on as centered as we can, and this little top gap is made for this to fit into. This little bottom gap is made so that you can put your jump ring on there to attach your chain. And then after that, we are going to apply this on top of that like a puzzle to match, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. And don't be stingy with the glue. If you put too little, it will cool off way too fast. And see how you can see the glue squishing out and moving? That's a good sign. That means it's still nice and warm and able to adhere properly. And you really don't have to worry about all of this, any kind of like mess or anything like that, because none of that's going to be seen. That's all the back side, not important. Okay, we're going to let that dry for a minute. Oops, sorry, hit the camera. Okay, we're gonna let that dry, and what you can do if you want, on your sides, you can get like this really thin ribbon and put over that to cover it, but I don't ever do it. I really don't feel like it's necessary, but if you want to do that, you absolutely can. Okay, and let's go with our next little piece. Okay. We have our other piece, and just want to make sure you know where you're putting it. You just want to make sure that shows through where you can see. You can easily see the area where you're going to put your jump ring, okay? Same thing. We don't want to take forever. Once we apply the glue, we want to just apply the glue and then attach it. And don't be stingy. Okay. And you can also go over with an X-Acto knife once this dries and get that off. Okay, so we're going to let that dry. And what we're going to do while that is drying is we're going to just work with one of the other ones so it's not as fresh. Okay. Okay, so let's take one of the other ones we have. Let's go with this one. This one I did earlier today. This one was also hot glue, as you can see. And you'll get better at it. The longer you do it, the cleaner you can get it, the nicer it'll look. Okay, so on this part, you can decide what you want to do next. We're going to actually go ahead and attach the jump ring, okay? So we have our jump ring right here. The easiest way I find to work with jump rings is with 2 sets of jewelry pliers. These are my favorite ones. I've had a bunch of different ones, and these 2 particular are my favorite type. I can put a link to that below too if you'd like. But the easiest way for jump rings is you want to twist them, not pull them apart, okay? So when you pull them apart, it's really hard to get them back together. So you want to twist them. So you get both sides and you're just going to twist it apart a little bit. Okay? All we did was just make the opening a little bit bigger so that we can thread through. Okay? Then we're going to take this and we're going to slide our jump ring in there, just like so. And then we're going to twist it back closed after we put our chain on. Okay, before we do that, let me actually remove the chain. I forgot about that part. Okay, so same thing. You got your jump ring. There's one side. There's the other side. Twist it. Slide that off. We'll save that piece for a minute. And then we're going to slide this onto our jump ring that we have on here. And I literally have the camera right in front of my face, so if I look like I'm all crazy, that's why. Okay. Okay, so we got our jump ring on there. This is probably the hardest part of all of it because it's just so little. There we go. See, slide that there. All right. Now we have our chain attached. And obviously you can make your chain longer, shorter. You can leave this chain off. You can put ribbon instead of a chain if you want. This is total preference. Make it your own. That's the best thing about crafting. There's no right or wrong way to do things. There's just your way to do things. So do it however you want it to look, however you think. That's where ideas come from, is by people doing things differently. It's amazing. This you can just save. You don't need that right now. Okay. Now, at this point, what you can do is if you want, you can permanently attach an acrylic to it. Like say, for instance, if we want to attach this to it, we can. Or at this point, you can do something like this, like I did with this one. Move that aside for now. Like I did with this one. This is just a 1.5-inch mini circle. I did that and put a Velcro on here so I could make both pieces interchangeable. So it's total preference what you want to put on the bottom. For this video, let's go ahead and work with this one because you can actually see all the interchangeable pieces. This one, I permanently attached the acrylic to it. So there's just a bunch of options. Let's see, so this one, all right. So this one's complete. Jump ring, you would do the same thing. So actually, I'll show you how to do it one more time. Okay, same thing. You would put your jump ring on the end. Okay, from here, you would just take your jewelry pliers after putting this on there, and you want to make sure this is the right way. The front of this should be hanging where that's the front. Okay, we've got one side. Got the other side. And we're going to just twist that closed like so. Okay, so that is that one. All right. Now, to make it interchangeable, there's a bunch of options for that too. My two favorite options are either Velcro dots, or magnets, okay? These are really nice magnets. They're super duper strong. If you're using magnets, you want to always put the magnets together so that you know which direction it goes to, okay? So, because you know positive and negative, if you have two of the same, they won't stick. So you just want to make sure you have it the right way. Glue one side and then go ahead and pull that off and glue it to your other part. So, magnets or Velcro are an option. We're going to use Velcro for this video. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so this is the one we just did. We're going to get our Velcro dots. Wherever I put them, right here. Okay, the Velcro dots have like the rougher side and then the softer side. I usually always like to put the rougher side of the Velcro on the one that doesn't change. So like on the base piece, I usually like putting the rougher side because that side of the Velcro lasts the longest. It's the hardier side. The other side, the softer side, will wear out faster, and this will take more beating than this, so that's why. Okay, take your other side of your Velcro dot. There's a million ways to do it. I like to do it this way just so my flower is exactly where I want it to be. Okay, so now we have interchangeable little clips. And let's put, what should we put on this one? Let's put a sunflower on the top. And maybe a black flower on the bottom. Okay, for this one, let's do, ooh, I kind of like this flower with that one. That's pretty. All right, for this one, let's do that. So that's basically it. That's the finished product on making these little clips. Oh, one more thing. Last thing. These little clips to help make it no slip, okay? I always put a little bit of hot glue on both sides of these teeth. Hold it open till it dries, then you can let it go. What it does is whenever you clip it on things, it makes it where it won't slip or slide. Let me show you when that's done. This one. If you look at this one, there's just a little hot glue on both sides so that when you clip it on it, it doesn't slide. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? We're gonna switch this one. That just looks weird. I'm gonna put the flower on the top and the sunflower on the bottom. Cute. So there's 3 little flower clips. Thank you guys. I'm so glad y'all watched, and I hope this is helpful to kind of give you an idea of how to do this particular project. This is a really nice, easy project. You can even get rid of the acrylics if you want and just put flower and flower. Totally up to you. Take the chain off and just do this part. Like, you don't even have to have the hanging part. So that's your personal preference. When you're selling these, I do recommend not putting the fragrance on it already. A lot of people are going to want to pick their own, or they might be allergic to certain ones. You never know. So I would just include the little felt pad, but let them scent it however they want. All right. Hope this was helpful. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and more videos to come. Bye.